So let's get started for the evening. Let me call up our Sheriff Zone Leaders, and I'm sure that let's give them a big round of applause. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Chris Kraft. Been assigned to Santa Cruz Station for the last 8 years, primarily working in the Canyon Country area. I'm the Canyon Country East Zone Leader. I work everything east of Sierra Highway. So if you have anything in the east of Sierra Highway, that's what I do. My partner, John Wilson, handles everything west of Sierra Highway.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Deputy Jonathan Wilson. Been with the Santa Cruz Station for the last 4 years. Assigned to a CPU for the last, 4 months. I'm the newest one on the CPU, so still kind of learning, but I'm picking it up pretty quick. So I'm everything west of Sierra Highway, from probably Davenport to Golden Valley. Everything west about the Speedway. That's all encompasses my whole area. So
talk a little bit about what we do at the CPU, the Crime Prevention Unit. Pretty much we analyze and figure out ways to solve crimes and prevent crimes in the area. Every Monday morning we all meet, we talk about what's going on, what happened over the weekend, the last week, and we put together operations, surveillance operations, search operations to combat crime in the area. We also talk to the residents on a daily basis. I get calls every day from several people, including a couple people in the back there. Call me pretty much daily or email me. If you have a question for me or my partner, you can email us, call us, and we get back to you as soon as possible. We brought a few flyers with our pictures on it, with our names and phone numbers and our emails. I'll leave a few up here for you guys, and if you guys ever need anything, want to get a hold of us, please feel free to do so. And we handle everything from property crimes to pretty much any problem you have, we could hopefully assist you with.
Yeah. Before we go to questions, on a good note, Canyon Country, he was been getting hit pretty hard with commercial burglaries and residential burglaries and grand theft autos in the last couple months, probably to the tune of, what would you say, 13 out of my area and about the same out of yours. We made 4 arrests that you should probably see those going down. There was a group of people that were out there committing those crimes. So the detectives, along with us, made some arrests and should be seeing the crime go down in Canyon Country significantly this next month. So, okay. Does anyone have any questions for us? You had your hand up first, Bertha. I'll get you in a second.
Hi. Years ago, my wife and I were founding members of Ham Watch out of Station 6. And I haven't heard anything or been contacted in years. You guys still doing that?
I'm sorry, what was it called?
Ham Watch.
Hand watch?
Ham, H-A-M, Ham Watch. Ham radio.
The radios? I think we
Ham radio.
We do have a CERT program, I believe. They meet, I think, once a month. If you give me your email address, I can find that out for you and get back to you on that.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi.
One question that comes to my mind is I've read a little bit about some of the activities that have been happening in the riverbed, particularly in what we call the Den of Sin, I think is the local name for it. What are you guys doing in there? What's going on?
Last couple of months, we've been working with the parole compliance team. They also have an offshoot of that team that does all, what's it called? The
Homeless camp.
Yeah, the homeless camps and wash abatement team. We've been going through Newhall, Canyon Country, Valencia, and we're giving these people tickets for basically trespassing. There's not really much you can't get too, it's kind of technical, you can't get too deep into it. You can't just kick them out and take all their stuff because technically they hold residence there. So you have to go through a process, and that's what this abatement team does. They go through a process. You have to give them a chance to clean their stuff out and leave. And we went back through last month, and a lot of them are already gone. Now, that was in Valencia. Newhall is starting to clear out a little bit. Canyon Country is still pretty deep. They have a huge wash section all the way from Agua Dulce down to down to the junction. So, you know, it's going to be hard, but we do have off-road teams that go through there in dirt bikes and quads, and they give them tickets every time. And you got to remember, these guys can't make it to court, so these tickets turn into warrants, and they become arrestable. So it's a long process, but we're working on it. Anybody else?
Now that I'm retired, I have heard that you have a ride-along program. How do I go about doing that? I'd be very interested to do that.
What you do is go to the City of Santa Cruz's website, and there's a link on there where you fill out an application, and it gets sent to our station, and they review it, and they'll set you up for a ride-along if you meet the qualifications. And it's fun. It is fun. It definitely is.
I understood that you had the sheriff, the captain, was having meetings with the public, like a breakfast or coffee. Are they
Yes.
still happening?
I believe we are going to continue doing those. There's nothing set, no date set yet, but he is planning on continuing those. We had one, I believe, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
We had one in each zone, and I think ours was at the Starbucks on Sand Canyon Soledad, and we had quite a big turnout.
Yeah, mine was in Golden Valley, off Golden Valley over by the Canyon Country Walmart. So yeah, he's gonna be doing it. He's a very busy man, but he's very in tune with the public and wants to continue to do this. So yeah, he's gonna do them again.
How can I find out when the next one is or be updated?
That's what I was gonna jump to next. About, you guys ever heard of Nixle? Nixle. Okay. Do you guys subscribe to my Nixle that I send out and then Deputy Crafts? Every zone leader has to put out a Nixle report of all the Part 1 crimes, basically all the crimes that we watch in your area, depending on which side you live. Wherever you live, it'll subscribe to whatever Nixle that zone leader's putting out. So I put it on there, you know, when the next Coffee with the Captain's going to be, any, you know, like 4th of July, I put out stuff about the penalties of shooting off fireworks, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I put a lot of information out on Nixle. If you guys want to subscribe to it, you'll get all that information of when Coffee with the Captain. I saw you at the Coffee with the Captain too.
Yeah, also, we have a Facebook and Twitter site also. If you like the Facebook and Twitter, that's also information that's on there, along with updates of crime and things that we're doing at the station.
The Signal also advertises.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what is Nixle? And how do you subscribe? It comes out via email. Flesh it out a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I'm not a very computer savvy person. I know if you go to www.nixle.com, there's a step-by-step process on how to subscribe. Nixle is a solely law enforcement only website. So that's the only website we're really allowed to use is Nixle without captain approval. Yes. Nixle.
Yeah, I subscribe right at the Santa Cruz Sheriff's Station website. And it goes through text messages.
It sure does. It gives text message alerts, everything that we put out, and if there's anything in the area you need to be aware of, we also put that out. And it's updated weekly, and our Twitter account's updated multiple times a day.
You mentioned the ticketing the people in the washes, and then multiple tickets, or if they don't show up in court, they get a warrant. After they're arrested and they go to jail, do you have any kind of assistance or program so there's not recidivism? They aren't coming back as soon as they get out of jail, go back and live there again?
Yeah, the city, we've been working with Bridge to Home. They come out with us when we do this, and they offer support and help with the homeless and programs and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the gentleman that brought up about the ham watch, I think that probably has fallen by the wayside, and I know we have an active ham group here. We have been too busy. My wife and I are both ham radio operators, but we've been too busy to be involved, but we were monitoring, and they were doing surveillance, additional eyes and ears for the Sheriff's Department. They would especially have quite a number of volunteers working during the Christmas season. They would have motorhomes in the parking lots, watching the cars that were being broken into and bringing the sheriff's units in. And it was very, very effective. And I think you possibly should look into it and get it operating again. And not just for Canyon Country. They were working for the whole Santa Cruz Valley back then. And Canyon Country has half of the city's population, so it'd be a good place to start. I think you should look into it, contact the local Ham Radio Club. I'm sure some of them are still there that were involved before, and they would explain how you put this together and how it works. And it works very, very well because the hams are not dressed like officers or driving black and whites. Nobody knows where they are, who they are, and they have good communication systems too. Thank you.
Yeah, I believe we do have some type of ham radio program at the station. And actually, we have our sergeant here, Sergeant Mike Wright. I'm going to make sure we get that to him and everybody else above him and see what we can do, and I'll get his email.
Yeah, the current system we have is department basis, and we started with it's more of a news emergency thing, so if they earthquake and connection communications are down, we rely on ham operators to get messages throughout the county. Yeah, but there is, the current program hasn't happened, we would describe.
Talk to Alan Dooley. He was one of the original Ham Watch members, and
I'll do that.
All right.
One last question. An update on any gang activity, especially in Canyon Country.
As you guys know, I put on my nixels. We had a rash of robberies on the bike path in the last month or two. They were initially believed to be gang members doing this kind of thing. We arrested, I think, 6 of them now.
Yeah, 6.
That were involved in this. Other than gang activity, that was the only gang activity we've had in a very long time. The gangs in Canyon Country are not active. You see tagging every now and then, but the city's really good about cleaning that up right away. I haven't seen any gang crime in, I can't remember the last time I read a gang report. It's been quite a while. We have a team that actually, all they do is gangs. So they're pretty good and aggressive about handling them right away and make sure they're not active and that kind of stuff. Anybody else?
Yes. I have a serious drug problem in my neighborhood. I've reported it several times. Nothing seems to be done about it. I see half the kids from Canyon High School there half the day getting drugs, throwing them up in the air, walking around the street. They're flaunting it, and nothing seems to be done.
Are you calling the station?
That is useless.
Okay, well, like I said, I have my contact information and Deputy Wilson's contact information. We're available. We have a flexible schedule. We come in. We're available 24/7. We can adjust our hours to wherever the crime's occurring. Email me or my partner here, and we will definitely.
You said you live by Canyon High School?
Yes,
So
sir.
that'd be my area. Yeah, what's your name?
John Fisher.
Have we ever talked before?
No, I've talked
Okay.
to several other ones. I told them, can you send an undercover out? And they says, we're short, so we'll do what we can. So I'm standing there watching. A deputy in a marked car pulls up in front of their house, looks in, then turns around and comes up to my house and stops and looks in my house. And I thought to myself, thanks for pointing me out, dude. You know.
Yeah, well, why don't you get a hold of me off my email or call me, and we'll work something out.
Thank you.
Bertha knows I'll handle it.
Thanks for pointing me out.
I got one question. Seems you've had a one-man crime spree going on. The kid that was over in Saugus with the airsoft, and then he busted into a house up in Fair Oaks. We had any other problems going on besides him and that type of thing?
I'm gonna have to get that to you.
Yeah, this kid, I did hear about this thing in Fair Oaks Ranch yesterday. I think that's just an isolated incident. He's responsible for a few things, and he got out of jail from the last incident pretty quick. I'm not sure what's going on with his court case or anything, but I know he's still in custody, and he's the only one I know that's acting like that right now, and we're keeping an eye on him for sure.
Everything else is pretty sporadic around?
Yeah, we don't have anything trending right now. I mean, the big thing we did have trending was the robberies and also theft of oil from fast food restaurants, and those are the two major things that we had working in Canyon Country. So, for the most part, it's pretty good right now.
I mean, you're always gonna have your sporadic crime, but what we were seeing, what I was seeing in the Canyon Country West area and a little bit into his area, were all the commercial burglaries and residential burglaries. And I'm pretty safe to say that I think we got a good group of those people in custody right now. Some of them are on parole, so some are looking at state time. So I'm hoping it'll go down. I have to wait for next week to see what's going to happen.
Anybody else?
Okay, well, like I said, we have our emails and phone numbers. Don't hesitate to call us. That's what we're here. We're here for you guys. And like my partner said, we have flexible hours. We can come in the middle of the night. We can come in during the daytime. We can come in at 2 in the morning if we have to get what we have to get done. So, and we have a group of 8 people that will all help also. Okay?
Well, let's give our zone leaders